there people, today we're gonna make my style of jello cake. We're using Betty Crocker strawberry cake mix, and because it was in a short time and because this takes very long, and so we just use the cake mix. So you just follow the directions: water, eggs and oil, and you mix all the things together, and that's about it, because it's really easy, that part. So just follow the directions on the box of whatever cake you buy. The only cake I don't recommend is chocolate, because since we're using jello, it's weird. But you can try it out. I mean, let me know, make a video response if the chocolate goes well with any jello. That would be fun. And now we're gonna grease our pan. I'm using a flour pan, and that's why we're using the strawberry cake mix, because it's for a girl, so everything's pink and red, so that's why it's a flour too. But you have to really grease it good on the corners, because otherwise it tends to get stuck. So now we're filling our pan with 2.5 cups of the cake mix, because we have to make 2 cake with the cake mix, so 2.5 cups for each cake. You bake the cake, you put it aside, you bake the other cake, you take it out, you let it chill, and it's supposed to come out easily, so you let it chill and stuff. And then when it's done chilling, you're gonna start poking holes in it, in only one of the cakes. So you're gonna poke holes in one of the cake with a fork, and you do this like all over the cake, so that when you pour the jello, the cake absorbs it better. So keep poking those holes and poking. And now you're gonna make the jello. We're using strawberry jello, and you just use the recipe to make that they gave you to make the jello molds, because if you only use the normal recipe for normal jello, it can break. So use the special recipe on the back of the jello box that says for molds. I think it's less cold water or something. So you make your jello like the directions tell you to, and then you pour it in the cake with the cake pan. It has to be in the shape of the cake, because when it comes out, it has to stay in the flower shape, and so that's why you cannot use like a round mold or just put it in another pan, because it has to stay that shape. So that's about like 3.5 cups of jello, and just pour it all in one of the cake. So just pour it in, it absorbs it all, so it's fine. Don't worry, because it's wet and stuff, it will get good, it will be good. So I know it's a little scary, but just it's gonna go good. And we used a big package of jello, not the small ones, a big one. And then after 4 hours, like the box says, you take your jello out of the fridge and you put it on your plate or whatever you are gonna put it on to decorate it and stuff. So it's really beautiful. Actually, you don't even have to decorate it if you're only gonna use that. Then we're gonna make our dream whip. We used 2 packages of the dream whip. It depends on how big you're gonna make your cake, because you can just make the only jello cake, or you can make a 2-piece. So I'm making the 2-piece, so that means 2 packages of dream whip is enough. And then you're gonna pour in your milk and everything that the box tells you to. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So just follow the instructions on the box, and we're gonna mix it all in. When it's done, we're gonna put a thin layer on the jello cake on the bottom. The jello cake has to be on the bottom because it's heavier than the other cake without the jello, so it has to be on the bottom. So just put a thin layer of dream whip just to stick the other one on top of it. So just a thin layer, covered it all with a thin layer, and then you take your other cake, normal cake, in the same flower shape, and you put it over the top the bottom jello cake. It's a little smaller. It looks a little smaller because the other cake has the jello around it, so it looks a tiny bit bigger, but it's not really that big of a difference. And now you're gonna cover your whole cake with the Dream Whip, just the whole cake. And remember, this is a fridge cake. It has to stay in the fridge, so that's why you can use Dream Whip. So cover your whole cake with your Dream Whip. It's gonna be so delicious. I'm already excited to eat it. And when you're finished covering it, you can use whatever decorations you want. You can use icing to write a name or whatever, but here it's really simple. I just sprinkled it all over, so it's pretty simple. It's an easy cake. It takes a little long because of the jello, but it's really fun. So I hope you liked my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.